He looks like the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you like camouflage? You like rocket launchers? How do you like smoked meats? You like that? Yeah. You like capturing flags? You ain't done nothing yet.
Hey everyone, so 0 hour. We're 3 weeks into Season 1. That's 3 weeks of feeling out the live service, getting past knee-jerk reactions, and biting into what the status of the game currently is. I thought I'd take this opportunity to explore where the game is, how DICE is approaching the game's live service content, and what I hope for going forward. I'll follow that up with some of my favorite action in the first 2 weeks so far. If you don't want to hear me ramble, I'll bookmark where the action starts. Let's get into it. Regarding content, I'm going to be brief, as other more prominent YouTubers have long since filled you in. We didn't get a lot of meaty content, 2 new weapons, 2 variants of a new vehicle, a new specialist, a new gadget, and a new map. This almost feels like it should have been a prologue as opposed to a full season. However, there are reasons for this, and for the content that we did get, the quality is pretty high. The new map, Exposure, is by far the best in the game. The new weapons are really good. The new stealth attack choppers with a variant for each faction are a great option for pilots and are also a very adaptable choice. The new specialist, Thies, is a must-use for any vehicle hunters out there. Anyone who ever played Battlefield 2142 should be excited about the opportunity of a shoulder-mounted TV missile. All in all, what we got was good, we just need more of it. Moving on, I wanted to have a look at the season layout itself. So when you go into All Out Warfare, you can start to access the Season 1 content and the UIs at the top of the screen. The main focus is the Battle Pass. I don't have a ton of experience with live service games, so my best comparison is going to be what I know from Warzone. And looking at the layout of the Battle Pass, it's remarkably similar. I guess that shouldn't be surprising, given the hiring of a former Call of Duty GM to help in Battlefield. It makes sense to go with something that works. As you can see, there are 100 tiers to unlock in the Battle Pass, most of which are going to be items that don't impact gameplay, from character cosmetics to player card graphics and Battlefield currency. There are free tiers for anyone who has not purchased what DICE is calling Premium or doesn't have access to it through the Gold or Ultimate Edition of the game. Any item that impacts gameplay, such as the specialists, the weapons, the vehicles, etc., are included in those free tiers. The UI is pretty straightforward. You can see what you can unlock if you decide to buy Premium versus what you get for free. It looks smart and it gets the job done. So how do you unlock these tiers? Well, you need to earn Battle Pass points, and XP from playing the game is the primary way to do that. And if we move on to the Missions tab, you can see the weekly missions that will earn you extra Battle Pass points as well. Having completed all 3 weeks missions so far, with only weekend play since Season 1 started, I can tell you from experience that simply playing the game is pretty much enough to complete the missions. If you have a very narrow play style, you might need to chase some specific missions, but for the most part, I think they're going to come naturally, which is great in my opinion. And again, the UI here is very straightforward, looks slick, and gets the job done. You can clearly see what you need to do, and you can even track this progress in the pause menu in-game, which is another plus. So now that we've seen the Battle Pass and how it works, the only thing left to discuss regarding Season 1 content so far is the in-game store. Up until now, and to their credit, we haven't had the option to purchase extra items through an in-game store. I guess EA learned their lesson to some level since the Battlefront 2 loot box debacle. At least someone was able to make the smart decision to not try and force microtransactions before they started delivering on promised content. The current available cosmetics and player card items are fairly limited so far, but some look pretty decent if you're into that sort of thing. I spent my extra money on the gold edition, so as I unlock the in-game currency through the Battle Pass, I will be using it in the store, but that's about it. That brings me to one of my favorite things about the Battle Pass, and it's something that's pretty much the same as it is in the Call of Duty Battle Pass. If you have Premium and you complete the Battle Pass, you will earn 1,300 Battlefield coins, which is the purchasable in-game currency. Without Premium, there are 300 Battlefield coins up for grabs under the free tiers. So assuming this stays the course over the next 3 seasons, you could buy into the Premium version of the Battle Pass for free by Season 4 just by playing the game. I did this exact same thing with Warzone, and to date have not spent a single dollar on that game, but I'm able to keep up with the Battle Pass, and have also earned enough currency to buy some other in-game items. To me, this is an excellent way to slowly offer more to players who either don't want to or simply can't afford to spend extra money in the game. If 2042 gets support beyond 4 seasons, and that's a big if, there will be plenty of content for people who don't spend more on the game, and that's a good thing. So let's summarize. The big question is Battlefield worth it with the launch of Season 1? Well, Well, the answer to that is that depends. Judging by the amount of content, it's hard to argue that it's enough to bring you back if you were waiting for a big content drop. However, there are a number of reasons things are the way they are, and the launch of Season 1 to me is an indication that things are moving in the right direction. The communication that we've seen around the lack of content in Season 1 points to a focus on making sure that the content that is released is of the highest quality, and arguably, they delivered on that. They've also managed to improve game performance, balance issues, bugs, and quality of life issues in the months leading up to the delayed launch of the live service. The studios have also taken an initiative to get community feedback focused around specific things like maps and specialists, and have made a commitment to reworking some things based around that feedback. So there's a reason to be cautiously optimistic. But when it all comes down to it, it's up to you to decide how to spend your time and money. For me, Battlefield is a familiar home and the main FPS in my world, so I'm going to enjoy what we have and continue to hope and push for more. Perhaps we'll get things in a really good state by Season 2 and have a larger content drop at that time with a relaunch style marketing push of the game. A man can dream anyways. So what's your opinion on Season 1 so far? Are you encouraged like me? Disappointed like others? Feel free to leave a comment and let me know your thoughts below. For now, here's my best clips from the first 3 weeks of Season 1 put together at a manic pace. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Oh shit! C5. Rock. Damn.
There's so many. One left up top. Nice. Oh, spicy. Yeah, it can do damage.
Sweet. Oh yeah, got all sorts of utility.
Well, these idiots don't have any clue over here. Now they do. Ah, that's fun.
Holy shit!